The city of Eloy ended its role in an unusual contract that allowed ICE to run the South Texas Family Residential Center, the largest detention center in the U.S. Reporter Micah Bledsoe explains what happened and shares one detainee's story.
In 2014, there was a surge of families crossing the southwest border. The city of Eloy and Immigration Customs Enforcement amended an existing contract that allowed ICE to establish the South Texas Family Residential Center. The Department of Homeland Security reported ICE improperly modified this existing agreement with Eloy to establish the Texas Detention Center. The report gave recommendations and stated ICE made Eloy an unnecessary middleman. At the end of September, the city of Eloy canceled that part of the contract at ICE's request. In a statement, ICE spokesperson Paige D. Hughes explained that portion of the agreement with Eloy was ended and a new agreement negotiated with Dilley, Texas.
CoreCivic is a good corporate citizen in the community. We work well with them on a number of projects, and ICE felt it was in the best interest of us ending the contracts.
CoreCivic, formerly known as CCA, owns and manages private prisons, including the detention centers in Eloy and Dilley, Texas. While complaints against the operation of the facility didn't factor into ICE's decision to amend the agreement, according to the Government Accountability Office, in 2013, immigration prisons and jails failed to report 40% of sexual abuse allegations to ICE headquarters. Greta Soto Moreno, a transgender former Eloy detainee, says she was abused while detained at the Eloy Detention Center in 2013 after fleeing Mexico.
After my 300, 400, and 500 days, I was no idea what's going on. What should I do? I was tempted to cut off my hair. I was tempted to leave my facial hair. I was tempted to kill myself several times.
Soto Moreno says she was detained for 900 days. While detained, she says she was sexually abused by one of the detention officers, and when she reported it, she was not believed.
They say, no, this is our best officer here in this facility. Can you imagine the best officer being the best one from being accused to touch people improperly? How the rest could be?
We reached out to CoreCivic for a response. Here's part of the statement from Amanda Gilchrist, the Director of Public Affairs. We're committed, as we have been for 3 decades, to creating a safe environment for the individuals ICE entrusts to our care and to following all federal guidelines on the appropriate accommodation of transgender detainees. Our ICE contracted facilities are contractually required and held accountable to federal performance-based national detention standards, which include guidelines for the safe and appropriate accommodation of transgender detainees. To ensure compliance and accountability, ICE maintains full-time, on-site staff who monitor conditions and contractual performance. After multiple denied petitions to be removed from the detention center in Eloy, Soto Moreno says she tried to kill herself.
The reason that I've been removed from Arizona is because I cut off my testicles.
Soto Moreno was moved to the Santa Ana City Jail in California, but she believes the city of Eloy has a responsibility in making sure conditions are not overlooked. City manager Harvey Kraus says the city does not receive reports on the center's operation.
They release of any liability or any operational responsibilities of either the Eloy Detention Center or the Dilley facility.
Gilchrist's statement goes on to say, "We are proud of the quality of care we provide and will continue our long-standing commitment to ensure the safety and dignity of every individual in our facilities." Reporting in Eloy, Micah Bledsoe, Cronkite News.
CoreCivic also says all detention officers are required to complete more than 100 hours of training, which includes specific emphasis on a zero-tolerance policy regarding sexual abuse and harassment.